Morning children. So with yesterday we completed acids and bases lesson. I hope you completed your notes part and be ready with the first and second lessons and also worksheets in your classwork. Maintain everything in the classwork only. Worksheets also in the classwork only, and even the question answers part also in the classwork itself. And today we are going to start about animal fibers. Already in 6th class we discussed about fiber to fabric. Okay, did we discuss what is meant by fiber? Fiber means thread. Fabric means cloth. Okay, converting fiber to fabric means using the thread we are making the cloth. It is only called as fiber to fabric. Then how many types of fibers are there? There are 2 types of fibers. We already discussed. So fiber. What is meant by fiber? Fiber means thread. Fabric means cloth. How many types of fibers we are having? We are having 2 types of fibers. Okay, one is natural fiber. Okay, the other one is artificial fiber. Natural fiber and artificial fiber. What is meant by natural fiber? The fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are called as natural fibers. The fibers which are made by man by using petrochemicals is called as artificial fibers. Natural fibers, the fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are called natural fiber. The fibers which are made by man by using petrochemicals are called as artificial fiber. Coming to the fibers which are obtained from plants are cotton, jute, hemp, okay, flax, etc. These all come under hemp and flax. These all come under the fibers which are obtained from plants. In 6th class we learned about the fibers which are obtained from cotton and jute. Now in 7th class we are going to learn animal fibers. The fibers which are obtained from silkworm, sheep and goat. Okay, the fibers which are obtained from silkworm, sheep and goat we are going to learn in this 7th class. But then examples of artificial fibers are nylon, rayon, arsenic, etc. comes under the artificial fibers. Now did you understand here? Fiber means thread, fabric means cloth. Fibers are divided into 2, natural and artificial. Natural fibers obtained from plants and animals. So now we are already in 6th we discussed about plant fibers. Now we are going to discuss about animal fibers. Silkworm. From silkworm we are getting silk, and from sheep and goat we are going to get wool. So the introduction part of the lesson is, one day Neelima went to a flower garden, okay, to pluck some flowers with her friend Reshma. Suddenly while plucking the flowers, Neelima shouted and started crying. Why? She went to pick out the flowers only, no? For that, what is the reason why she shouted? Did she see there any snake? Did she see there any stranger? Did she see any animal there? Why she shouted? We are having number of innovative questions in our mind. You got no number of innovative questions. Why the girl has been shouting? So by seeing a caterpillar had crawling on her dress. See that? What is that? Caterpillar. To say that word, even for me, already it started. what is happening is I am also allergic with the caterpillar. Did you understand? If I use the word caterpillar, immediately on my body top to bottom I get allergy and itchy. But for God's grace, which we don't like, God will give for us that only. So I have to explain this lesson. It is very, very important. I can't skip this one because I am not interested. Is it correct or not? So same like her also, I also hate caterpillars. If I see them, I will shout. And if I talk about them, it is allergic. And we are having different varieties of caterpillars. Did you observe the caterpillars? Yes. There are of different colors. Some are brown, some are green, some are white. Okay. Then this more what it is, I don't know. Okay, brown, green, white, like that. Different varieties of caterpillars we are having. Okay. Then if you are seeing the green and white color, I think thorns will not be present on that particular caterpillars. But if you are seeing brown color, the thing is, there you can see the thorns will be present while they are moving itself. It creates allergic for us when we are seeing that caterpillars. Okay, so when I am telling this, so like that, like me only, I think even Nilima also, she is also feared of that caterpillars. I think she started shouting, crying about that. Reshma quickly threw it out. I think she is like my son, she is also dare enough, I think. So she took it and threw it away, it seems. Then, are caterpillars dangerous? If you come to that point, caterpillars are dangerous. Did you understand? Dangerous in the sense means, you see, without our, now it was on her dress. If it falls on our skin, what will happen means, immediately allergic, rashes on our body, itching. We feel if suddenly if it falls and if we throw it over, then also on that particular part, if it moves on our body, if you imagine, total rashes will be on our body, the thorns will pick to our body, and it changes into red in color, lot of itching will be there, and in that way you will have, means we will not die. Harmful in the sense, harmful anyway, harmful only. If an ant bite also, it pains us a lot. For half an hour we will see that only. That pain will not be there. Caterpillar will be more than the ant. So, dangerous means dangerous only. Okay. So, Nilima asked, Reshma said, all caterpillars are not dangerous. As I said for you, we are having different varieties of caterpillars. So, in that, few are very, very dangerous and some are useful too. Okay, in which way they are useful for us? Do you know? Your dress is made up of something we get from caterpillars. To know that also, to listen that now, here I wore a silk chunni. Okay, I hate caterpillar but I am ready to wear silk chunni. From where did I get this one? I got this one from the caterpillar itself. If I imagine that, so Nilima was surprised, it seems. She don't know that. And started thinking about how dresses are made up of materials obtained from caterpillars. What are the materials we are getting from caterpillars, and how they are using that materials, how they are preparing the silk from the caterpillar. So, again number of questions we are getting. So, 6th class, the fibers derived from plants we discussed. What are those? Cotton and jute. How cotton we are getting, how jute was discovered, how we drag a thread from that one, and cotton for what purpose we are using, and how many varieties of cottons we are having. Cotton, two types I told, one is fruit, one is long fruit, two types, one in cylindrical and one in round, and some are used for pillows and beds, and some for clothing we will use, we discussed. Jute also I told, a person, once he was stuck in the floods, when he is coming home, he brought lot of stems to his leg. So his wife removed all the stems and kept aside. On 2 to 3 sunny days, when she observed that the stems changed into brown in color, when she dragged them, they became very hard, and they changed into golden brown in color, and she named it as golden jute, and it is a golden fabric. We will use to tie, we will make gunny bags with that one, and also for heavy objects we will use this jute. We discussed that. And so the animals also give us, like how cotton and jute are giving us fibers, in the same way this what is that, animals are also giving us fibers. What fibers do animal give us? Is the way of the obtaining them similar or to plant? In the same way how we are getting from plants, even in the same way we are getting from animals also. Which part of animal is useful to make fabric? Which part of silkworm we are using to get fabric? Which part of sheep and goat we are using to get fabric? Nilima asked question after question. So she is very enthusiastic, okay, and she is having number of doubts and number of questions she is having. So she wanted to get the answers for all her questions. Okay, then we get fibers from plants and animals: jute, cotton, gongura, coconut plant. Yes, I forgot to mention here, coconut fiber also. Okay, are useful to make different kinds of fabrics. Okay, then in the same way we get fibers of silk and wool from animals like silkworm, sheep, goat, camel, ack, etc. See here, silkworm, sheep, goat, camel, ack, etc. Now, if you want to know the story of these fibers, we have to enter into the lesson. First, now Nilima is very enthusiastic, no? So, let us go to the silk industry. Now, imagine that your teacher, means that is me, I am taking you all to silk industry. We are entering to the silk industry and we are going to see the silkworms, means the caterpillars, how they will be converted into cocoons, what is the thing, these all. Now all are ready with me? Shall we go into silk industry? Shall we see what is, how the silk is prepared? Okay, feel that, imagine that you are in the silk industry, how the process is taking place, and I am explaining for you in the silk industry. So let us dream. Okay, we all are going to the silk industry. Come on. Making of silk or silk fabric is a very interesting story, it seems. Okay, this involves various persons and practices. Not a single person or two or three is not involved in this silk industry. In the silk factory, many people are working hard to give us this fabric. Got the point here? So, to know about silk, Nilima visited a sericulture exhibition. So, we are also in the exhibition only. Okay. Then, people there shared the following experiences with Nilima. So, Nilima is having number of questions, no? Now, she was in the silk exhibition. We are also joined with her. And whatever questions she is asking, we are also involving and knowing about the answers for that particular question. So, first stage of the silkworm is moth to egg. Moth means only silk, butterfly. What is meant by moth? That is only called as a butterfly. The other name for this one is chilakalu. Okay. The other name for this one is bombyx. Bombyx mori. Okay. Butterfly or silk moth you will get. Silk moth, butterfly, chilakalu, bombyx mori. Okay. From that, what this bombyx mori, butterfly, chilakalu, what they are doing, what they are going to do. Shall we? Yes. This was the stall where eggs and different moths were displaced. First exhibition, here we can see butterflies and we can see the eggs of these butterflies. Can you see in the picture? Hello. I am Pratima. Okay, living in Palakalu of Medak district. In exhibition, the first stall contains moths and eggs. So now Nilima started. Yes, come on, explain. What is about the silkworms and what about eggs? How these silk moths are laying the eggs and what we are doing with these eggs. So Pratima started telling. Hello, I am Pratima, living in Palakalu of Medak district. My father works in a seed growing industry. Seed growing means what you are thinking? Seed means red gram, green gram, okay, fenugreek, mustard seeds. These not seeds. Seeds, the eggs, the other name for eggs is seeds. What is the other name for the eggs? It is seeds. So they are working in the silk industry. What his father is doing? He is having a center of eggs of silk moths. Do you know we call the eggs of silk moths as seeds? I hope now you got to know. Okay. Then silk moth is like a butterfly. How the silk moth will be? Like a butterfly. We keep those moths in grills, meshes, boxes in separate rooms. Means how it will be means, see, like this boxes will be there. 1, 2. Okay. Again these boxes will be very small. Here grills will be present to this. If very large grills are there, what will happen? The silk moth will come out and nicely fly away. Okay. So the silk moth should not come out. In that way, the grills will be present. These are called as grills. Got the point here? And moths in grills, meshes, boxes in separate rooms. My father take care of those silk moths. We call them as what? The chilakalu. Before we told the moths will look like butterflies, and next we are telling they are called as chilakalu. Okay. They will be in this grills, not to come outside. Then after this, my father said another name of these moths as Bombyx mori. What is the other name for this chilakalu? Bombyx mori. At the time of laying eggs, we arrange in this mesh only white cloth will be arranged. When they arrange the white cloth, what will happen means these butterflies or chilakalu or Bombyx mori will lay eggs on this white cloths. Got the point? In this mesh itself, they will keep a white cloth, and on this white cloth, the Bombyx moris will lay eggs on this white cloths. Got the point here? Then moths lay hundreds of eggs on them. Means which one will lay eggs? Is it a male moth or a female moth? The eggs will be laid by female moth. The eggs will be laid by female moth. How many eggs it will lay? 500 eggs. How many eggs it will lay? 500. In one go, it lays 500 eggs and it will die. Got the point here? After laying the egg, the butterfly will not be there. It will die. At one go, how many eggs? 500 eggs. Like that, how many silk moths are there? That many eggs will be laid by them. Got the point here? So, female moth lays around 500 eggs in one go and it will die. Those eggs are very, very small in size. Got the point here? Those eggs are very, very small in size. Farmers from different places of our district come and purchase these eggs. Means how it will be, you see, we know that, what is that? For example, here only I will tell for you. Begum Bazar, they will tell. The people, ask to your parents also. What is that? In Begum Bazar, number of varieties of groceries These all things will be there. Now near to our house, small shops will be there. These all small shop means small scale industry people these are. That is a large scale industry. Begum Bazaar was a large scale. Now this small shop owners will go to that Begum Bazaar and purchase the, what is that, groceries or the things, and they will come and sell it. They will purchase in wholesale and sell for us in a single manner. So for us it will be costly. When they purchase in wholesale it will be lesser. Even fabrics also like that only. They will go to big band factories will be there. There they will go and collect the things and come here and sell for us. In the same way, now silk moths and eggs are with the Pratima's father. He is running a big industry. So what they are doing, that people are coming, surroundings, small shops are there, no? That people will come and collect few things from them and they will sell in their small industry. Pratima's father's is a big industry. The remaining farmers who are taking these are called as small scale industries. Then farmers from different places of our district come and purchase the eggs. Most of the time my father allows the eggs to hatch. Now how hen will hatch the egg? When hen hatches the egg, what will happen? It changes into chicks. It changes into chicks. Now here silk moth is not there, no? With what we are going to hatch the eggs? Let us see that. Special chambers usually over mats. This one we will keep on mats on beds of chopped mulberry leaves. Did you understand? Who are going to hatch these eggs means mulberry leaves. They will take all the mulberry leaves, thick they will keep, okay, and in this mulberry leaves they will put the eggs. The eggs will be hatched by these mulberry leaves. Got the point here? So, and to get small worms, when they are hatched by mulberry leaves, the egg will break out and small caterpillars will come out from these eggs. Farmers from which places they are coming to take the eggs? From which places? Kurnool, Kadapa, Mahabubnagar district. From which places the farmers are coming to take these eggs? Kurnool, Kadapa and Mahabubnagar districts, and some other places of our state come and purchase these tiny worms. Some are taking silk moths, some are taking eggs, some are purchasing, what is that? Caterpillar worms, light worms they are taking. So some will take all the three. Some will take only silk moths, some will take only eggs, some will take this one. We will see now. All the things will not be near to our house. If a sari shop was there near our house, for suppose, what we are getting in Chennai shopping mall, what we are getting in CMR shopping mall, we won't get the shop which is near to our house. Near our house also one sari shop will be there. What will be there? Only few qualities will be there. There if you go, number of varieties will be there. That is a means big one. Now like that, all how much they are having amount, with that only they can go. So because of that, what they will do means, few will purchase moths, few will purchase eggs and few will purchase worms. Sometimes silk moths are also sold. People buy these silk moths to produce eggs. Some people will buy only silk moths to produce eggs. Some people will buy eggs and hatch them and they will convert into caterpillars. Some will take caterpillars and make it into, what is that? Next we are going to see. These centers are called as where they are selling these silk moths, eggs and what is that? Silk worms are called as greenages. The centers where they are going to sell moths, eggs and silkworms are called as greenages. Okay, I saw a big seed growing center. Overall, if you are seeing the biggest center where we are having means Horsley Hills. Horsley Hills. At which place is Horsley Hills was there? It was in Chittoor district. This is also very important. Where we can see the biggest greenage center means we can see the biggest greenage center in Horsley Hills of Chittoor district. Got the point here? We are here in Horsley Hills district. All will be there. Means moths will be there, eggs will be there, silkworms will be there, cocoons will be there, thread will be there, everything will be present. Now these all farmers from Kurnool, Kadapa, Mahbubnagar, Adilabad, Khammam, these all farmers will go to this Chittoor district, and some will take moths, some will collect eggs, some will take silkworms, and they will do purchase, means they will sell in their, in their area. Got the point here? So these two are very important, greenages and this Horsley Hills at the Chittoor district. Then Nilima walked, said these all information was given by whom? By Pratima. Okay. Then Nilima walked out on the next stall. From the first stall, did you get all the information what is necessary for you? In the first stall, what are present? Silk moths are present. What is the other name for silk moth? Butterflies, Chilakalu, Bombyx, Mori. Okay. Then what is happening next? There the silk moths will be giving birth to the seeds. How it will happen? Which one? The female moth lays the egg. The female moth lays how many eggs? The female moth lays around 500 eggs at a time. When it is laying 500 eggs at a time in one go, and it will die. Did you understand? Then these eggs should be hatched. How the hen will hatch the eggs? Even these also must be hatched. How we can hatch this one? These are hatched by mulberry leaves. Where these silk moths are placed? These silk moths are placed in these meshes where very tiny holes are present. The silk moth should not come out. After that, these eggs, they will take on a mat. On that mat, they will keep a white cloth. On that, they will keep a bunch of mulberry leaves. And inside the mulberry leaves, they will keep these eggs. These eggs will be hatched and they will be converted into silkworms. These silkworms will be collected by the farmers to sell in the market. Who, from which farmers? Kurnool, Kadapa, Mahbubnagar. And you can see that these centers where they are selling these silk moths, eggs and silkworms are called as greenages. Where these greenages are present? These greenages are present in Horsley Hills. Where this Horsley Hills is present? In Chittoor district. Where this Chittoor district is present? In Andhra Pradesh. Greenages are called center. Horsley Hills, Chittoor district, Andhra Pradesh state it is. This is about stall 1. Know this for today. Tomorrow let us enter into exhibition 2. I hope you enjoyed today. Did you feel? Are you in exhibition? Did you see the silk moths? Did you see the eggs? Did you see the silkworm? Did you meet the Pratima? So tomorrow we shall meet one more person. I am going to conclude today. Thank you.